what I wanted to ask you about, again, going back to these witnesses that we see in trial, what about the witness who gets on the stand and is getting cross-examined, and you get that really aggressive prosecutor who comes in, he starts fast talking, and he starts screaming at him and bearing down on him, just like in the movies, like, I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
That guy.
Yeah.
What happens when a witness freezes? Now, I think what the BS sniffer guy that we talked about a little while ago is going to say, well, if you freeze, that's because you're thinking about your answer. Is that what trauma really does to a person when they're telling the truth?
No. And of course, I want to put the caveat to all this stuff that I'm not a trauma therapist, right? I'm just a person who is extremely born. Like, I've done the deep dive on this and have started using the physiological stuff to apply to what's going on. But I really refer to this as the biological bias, because when you look at aspects of our physiology, I mean, there's so many stuff at play here. And I think I get buried in, like, I've got all those little, like, things in my mind. I'm like, well, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. So trauma essentially, as the way I see it, is a mortal social being that has an empathic neurological being, has to learn how to fear death and ego or identity death, which is really abandonment, exile, or identity death, right? And so we react in traumatic ways sometimes if we have trauma or unresolved trauma